First off, I hope all of you guys are doing well. I'm actually loading up my computer because there was something that I received that I thought was relatively interesting. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have it, obviously take the whole screenshot, put it up right here, but let me go ahead and read it. So it says, "Hello Dave. When the recent announcement of the upcoming 25% tariffs for vehicles and parts built outside of the United States, one thing is for certain. Our current inventory of nearly 3,000 new vehicles is unaffected and tariff-free. The silver lining is that your trade-in potentially is worth significantly more today. Rest assured, Galpan is here to offer you the great Galpan deals as we have for over 75 years. If you have been thinking about a new vehicle now or in the future, now may be the time. Even if you haven't been thinking about one, it might make sense for you to act sooner than later. It's possible that the tariffs go into effect on April 3rd and prices could very well go up from the manufacturers, and in some cases, significantly. It is important to point out that since the 25% tariff applies to parts and components, every vehicle will be affected, even those built in America, as every vehicle parts and components that are imported. Our commitment to you is to stay close to the situation and identify any way that we can make things better for you. On behalf of the family, thank you for your loyalty to Galpan. It has been our pleasure to serve you and look forward to doing so again, from the president and the CEO, of course, of his own company." Okay, so first things first I want to say is this. So we're Tuesday, tomorrow's April Fool's. So on Wednesday will be when the tariffs officially roll out. I made a tariff video before. So here's something that I do want to point out. I have been hearing that people have been rushing to go and buy cars. This is the first thing that I've gotten in my mail that would then turn around and let me know about the situation that's going on with the tariffs. Now, obviously, we all know what this channel is. I speak, obviously about econ as much as I can. This is, it is the first time that I've seen a business actually truly acknowledge it, talk about it, and, give a little bit of advice. Obviously, it's not surprising. I mean, you might see that the car manufacturers and the independent dealerships might get absolutely crushed in terms of their sales. I'm sure that right now they're selling out a lot. Things are going relatively smooth as people want everything that's new. But as we do get closer to it, this is going to be one of the larger questions. So just for all of you guys out there, this is a message. I don't mind doing some free advertising, I suppose. But just as a, message in terms of what can happen, we'll end up seeing what happens. And, from there, we're going to be keeping everyone updated. But what an intriguing time to be alive. And, I do really appreciate, a lot of these local, places choosing to send this out, to let everyone know so no one's surprised and no one's thrown off guard. But yeah, so I really hope this doesn't affect a lot of people. I'm sure that this is like a very hard time for some people in terms of their financial, abilities. I just hope this doesn't compound and make the situation even worse. Obviously, come, Wednesday, we'll end up seeing what happens if there are, we have a lot of retaliatory, tariffs, and if they, start going back and forth and this thing start getting crazy. I mean, buckle in, everybody. Buckle in. Rice and beans. Save your money. Don't go shopping. Don't go buy bullshit. This is not the time for you to be wasting your money on things that don't matter. This is the time right now where you need to be saving your money, paying off all of your credit card debt, all of your loans. Then what you want to turn around and do, okay, is have at least 2 to 3 months worth of backdated rent available for you in case you lose your job. Now, this is very hyperbolic, but this is naturally what we should be doing anyway, regardless of if the economy is doing good or not. So this is, we will see what happens, and I just truly hope in my heart, that these tariffs are, called off. I wish that we were in a world where tariffs didn't exist. Not only do they not economically make any sense, I mean, especially for the fact, this is probably going to piss somebody off, but, who cares? We actually artificially use tariffs, especially when it's towards electric cars. Believe there is a Chinese manufacturer. Let me see what it is. there is an electric car manufacturer that actually has outbeated us in terms of our, let's see, was it Neo? Maybe it's Neo, I think, where they literally have $15,000 cars. So, and it's funny too, because when you look online in terms of the, so AI actually pulls up that in 2025 Nissan Leaf is $28,000, but that's absolutely bullshit, especially for the fact that on February 28th of 2025, yep, there it is. Let me actually go ahead and pull this up really quick. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'll actually just take a screenshot and I'll actually apply it to my screen for all of you to see. Anyways, a Chinese car company actually has built a mini micro car for an impressive price of pretty much $8,300. Now, whether or not this would be allowed to go onto the streets, I have absolutely no idea. But what I do know is this, is that each and every one of you here in America, now some people are going to make the argument that they're made better, fuck it all. Okay, I'm not here to get into the tit for tat. What I'm here really, though, to talk about is, you know, especially in terms of all of our businesses, in terms of our regular people who are, you know, dealing with a lot of these changes, right? You know, it is absolutely obnoxious that we are paying top dollar for things that other people all around the world are going to be here overpaying for. Sorry, I was setting my Gmail. My phone really enjoys being dramatic. I might just leave it in there for the lulz. Anyways, long story short though is this. What a reality that we live in, where we have $15,000 electric vehicles in China. They're tariffed to the point where they compete with the American brand. Therefore, it artificially pushes up the overall price. And then when we look to compare the two, businesses and regular individuals are not allowed free market economics. China has won the electric car race. America has lost. You know, obviously I'm not happy about that. You know, America losing it all is, you know, it's not only a loss for us, but it's a loss for the future generations of people that would want to push this level of, you know, innovation in terms of our, you know, country. The fact that they're showing off a $25,000 Nissan car, that'd probably be around 30 plus once this tariff comes into place on Wednesday. But, you know, it makes absolutely no sense. It makes no sense why we do that. It makes no sense why we would do that to ourselves. And to not allow the free market to continue to operate. You know, Trump put down tariffs, but let's not forget Biden actually didn't take away all of the tariffs. He actually doubled down on some specific tariffs, including those within the electric car. So they are both complicit in the situation, and Trump will be adding in an additional 25%. We'll be seeing what items are going to be going in. Obviously, it was mentioned in terms of the car parts, but once that gets released, signed into place, and everything is in a go, that'll really be showing us what is next in terms of the our entire economic lives. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you are a country or a region that will not be affected by our level of stupidity, yeah, keep on buying all those, you know, Chinese goods, right? I mean, what are you to do? If you are in another country, that means that, you know, a company within Brazil or a company within France, you know, versus us, you know, now we'll be able to have them have cheaper electric vehicles at a cheaper price point than the American vehicles, therefore beating us. So it's very ironic, once again, you know, free market, where are all my free market people at? Where you at? Where you at? Open up the gates and allow free and open trade between any and all nations. And if you're interested in actually really rebuilding our nation in terms of its manufacturing capabilities, then we need to be thinking about any of all of our options. And the reality is we may have to subsidize maybe forever in terms of those underlying changes, right? Each and every industry is completely different, and the ability on building manufacturing is going to be longer than a Donald Trump presidency, whether it's, you know, 4 years or the LOL 8 years that they talk about. It takes a long time to get factories and our manufacturing capabilities fully up and operational. So we'll be continuing to watch what happens, continuing to see, but I just wanted to go ahead and drop that out there to say real businesses are actually talking about the real tariffs that are going to affect you. So each and every one of you, stay financially resilient, Make sure you guys have a beater if possible. If you guys use public transportation, put your hands together and say, thank God. If you're in Los Angeles and your politicians and your government absolutely hate you and they want you to pretty much have to be commuting because they won't build transportation because they are losers, well, then that's us. So, yay us. Aren't we fantastic? Are we helping our future generations and getting past the crippling aspect of debt? All right, everybody. Y'all take care. Hope all y'all are doing well, and I'll see y'all around.